after the creation of our first box, his thought was immediately to create something that could make people feel what he felt for his entire life. So the competition, the adrenaline of competing, and because competition in every sport is a very important part. You can be an amateur, you can be a beginner, you can be whatever you want to be, but in every sport, the competitive part is really important, and this is what keeps the sport alive. So the full series was born like this. Can you? Okay.
All right. That's funny because you you have a translator. I had Valentina Magalotti on the show.
Oh, nice.
A year ago.
I know her very well, and she also won 2 years ago our for serious throwdown in the elite division. To attend our event since managed to win the division among all the best European girls, and she did it. We were very happy for her because she was the only Italian on the podium, and it was a big pleasure for us, and we were happy for her.
Yeah, I love her. I think unfortunately, she couldn't show her full capability on the big stage yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like in the semifinals and stuff,
yes,
she always, there's always some issue.
Yeah.
But she has way more to offer than you see on the big stage.
That's true. She's not a little girl anymore because every year there is a new recycle of people. Like in everything, in every sport, it's natural and it's right like it is. So it's not a wrong thing. Every year we see new talents, new girls and new boys coming up from nowhere, and people like Valentina every year struggle even more to show on the big stages, because we are talking about big stages. Full series is one of the biggest stages in Europe, and we have always a large amount of elite athletes coming from all around the Europe to compete among the best, because they know that when they come to full series, the level is very high. The level of fitness is really high, and it's harder to qualify. So when Valentina finally won our competition 2 years ago, it was a big achievement for her.
Yeah, I find it funny because you said with the translator, when I had her on the show, she had a translator sitting right next to her. And he translated everything back from English to Italian and then we're back. But it was fun. It worked too.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy because in Italian we think in Italian when we speak in English. So when we say something, it's not so correct in English.
Yeah.
But we try to keep understand us.
But it's interesting that the 4 Series is the oldest running competition in Europe.
Yes, that's right. Full Series was created by Giorgio Beltrami. Giorgio is our founder and the CEO of Full Series, and he created the very first online CrossFit competition in the first months of 2012. So it's more than a decade ago, and he took a page from WordPress. You know what WordPress is.
Yeah.
many people doesn't know about it, but
I'm coming from the age of MySpace and stuff.
Yes,
I know.
yes, exactly. He took a white blank of WordPress and created this online competition. back in 2011 because he started doing CrossFit in 2011. And he was one of the first people to bring CrossFit in Italy. I am now in our box, CrossFit Cantù, which is near Lake of Como. If you know about Lake of Como, 20 minutes from Milan. It's everything is near.
Beautiful
And
place.
yeah. And why the competition? Because Giorgio was a sportsman for all his entire life. He did very good in athletics. He was in the national team, Italian team of athletics. Then he started doing volleyball and played volleyball at really high levels. Then he became a coach. And when he came into the world of fitness and discovered CrossFit, he suddenly fell in love with it because it was something that was so challenging for an athlete. And he was the opposite of what CrossFit is. So he was dead at every workout. It was just the challenge to do something that he never did in his life was this drive for him. So after the creation of our first box, his thought was immediately to create something that could make people feel what he felt for his entire life. So the competition, the adrenaline of competing, and because competition in every sport is a very important part. You can be an amateur, you can be a beginner, you can be whatever you want to be, but in every sport, the competitive part is really important, and this is what keeps the sport alive. So the full series was born like this. He did this online trial in the first months of 2012. And then he saw that all the people that already knew CrossFit in Italy subscribed and did the workouts that he wrote. And a few months later, he decided to do a live event in the parking arena of our box. And these were a competition where people from every part of Italy came with buses, cars with 10 people inside it to compete. And it was so cool. People were so happy to compete and to face each other because we were a very small group in Italy. And everyone that didn't know CrossFit always thought, these people are crazy. What are they doing? it was like this. And after the first two editions inside the walls of our box, from 2014, we moved for the first time in a small arena, in a small basketball arena inside.
Wow, after 3 years.
After 2 years, we did 2012. Wow. We did 2012 and 2013 inside the box, and then the first outside of the box, let's say, place where we did the live event was in a small arena near the city of where we have the box. And find something bigger because the event kept growing and we needed more space. So in this past 13 years of full series, we moved into different arenas in the northern Italy, but we stayed always in our region. So not so far from Milan, not so far from Como. And since 2019, we are in Desio. The city is called Desio. The arena is Pala Desio, and it's one of the biggest arenas in the northern Italy. It's 20 minutes far from Milan, from Como. Everything is near to the airports, to the big cities. It's a very strategical position to help athletes, staff, and everyone who is involved into the competition to move without problems with the transport, car rental, airports, and everything. So this is quickly our story.
Yeah, let me show the arena.
Yes.
Looks really
Yes,
cool.
this is
But
the
you know
inside of the
what
arena.
I sorry. You know what I immediately thought about when you told the story of the first 2 years? It sounds
Yeah.
exactly like the CrossFit games back in the days when they have
Yes.
it for the first times at the ranch. Like also
Yes. Yes. Yes.
just
Yes.
crazy people at a venue in the middle of nowhere
Exactly.
just doing a competition.
Exactly. 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 It was just like this. People who felt in love with CrossFit uh, in a really small time were there to compete without knowing, without even knowing what are they doing there, but
Yeah.
but they were there to be together, to compete, and to just to be there and just to feel the energy, and this was the beginning. And now Full Series is an international competition since 2016. For the first time, we became international in 2016. Uh, and from that time, every year
16, okay.
we, yeah, 16, yeah, sorry. Every time we tried, we are still trying to become even more international, involving people from every side of Europe and every side of the world, because we are in Europe, but we have athletes coming from not only Europe, from United States, from Asia. So the goal is to become to involve even more the community who is around us. It's very important.
What would you say is the hardest part of like organizing such a competition at that level now?
Yeah. So let's start with the fact that I am in Full Series the event director. So I manage pretty everything. I have my hands in every aspect of the competition, and every year raising the bar, it becomes even more difficult because expectations become higher, responsibility becomes higher, and it's a right thing. It's okay. And we finish the event in mid December, and in the first weeks of January, we are starting the new edition. Many things that we are doing now for December 2025 are programmed for December 2026. So it became very big, and there is a very big amount of work to do. We have a lot of people who work with us. We are not only me and Giorgio. There are other people, other guys inside the staff. That everyone does his thing. Okay, but if I need to be honest, I need to be honest. Maybe the most difficult part is keep costs of the event more or less the same. Because running an event such as Full Series in Italy, I don't know how does it work in your country. Are you based in Germany? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, in Germany there are other big events like German throwdown and other big competitions. I don't know how does it work abroad, but in Italy we have a lot of costs for everything, for everything, starting from the rent of the arena, because the competition lasts 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But everything starts in the beginning of that week and ends Monday evening after the event. So it's a week, it's an entire week of rental of the arena. And in our case, Paladesio is one of the biggest in the Northern Europe, and it's the house of the highest league of basketball.
Oh, basketball. Okay, cool.
Yeah, basketball. Then there is also the Academy of Gymnastics. Paladesio is a really live arena. Every year, during all year long, everything is going there. So December is the period of fall series, but then in the other months there is something going on. And stopping all the activities for fall series for over a week costs really a lot of money. And the baddest part of it is that unfortunately we don't get any help from the country, from the city, from the region, from nowhere. So because CrossFit is not a sport, CrossFit is a brand. This is the hardest part for Italy, because if you are linked to a federation, you get help from the federation to run your event. In our case, every cost is sustained by us. Everything that we do with subscriptions, sponsors, tickets for the live, and so on. So this is the hardest part, for sure, because every year it's also an uncertainty. You don't know if you can keep the costs at the same. If something raises, if something decreases, it's always a question mark, and we don't have any certain number, and we need to keep up more or less these expenses, like we think it's good for us. Then maybe the other hard part is involving judges and volunteers in our community. Fall Series is an institution in Italy. Is the most important thing in Italy, and everyone knows about it. And to move these 3 days, we need a lot of people working during that 3 days. So judges, volunteers, media, staff, everyone is needed. We need every single person. Just to make you understand, we need something like 60 judges to run the event, because we have 800 athletes competing, and some hits for individual parts are made of 40 people competing together. So 40 people for hit. So I need 40 judges on the floor, and then I need some people to make exchanges, because these 40 people cannot stay on the stage all day long. So 60 is just the number of the judges.
And that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, if you think about it, you need 40 judges. Like,
I need 60 judges.
There's always this discussion in our sport. The judges are not paid, they're not good enough, and whatever. And I think, judges. Come on, guys.
We pay judges. We pay judges because we started paying judges.
That's great. But you know what makes me annoyed at this topic is, like, people are always complaining about, like, this is a no rep, the judge should see it. Yeah. Like, come on. We're not soccer or volleyball where you have one ref, you know. We have 40 fucking judges on the floor. Yes. That's crazy if you think about it. In no other sport you have that amount of eyes on everybody. Yes. It's crazy.
It's crazy, and you are right, because it's something that people that compete in CrossFit needs to understand. That judges are there to help them. Every judge that is present on the floor is there to help you. So this is a thing that many athletes, unfortunately, still don't understand. Of course, not everyone is the same, and we care a lot about respect and commitment of everyone who's there in our event, starting from us, of course, staff, crew, judges, media, volunteers, athletes. Everyone needs to be respectful, because everyone is there to have a good time. and everyone is there to work. In some way, everyone is working. An athlete is working to do their best and to reach their goals. The crew is working there to make the floor perfect. The judges is there to help athletes. We work all year long to make people live amazing moments and live a beautiful experience in these 3 days of holiday, because for normal people, these 3 days of competition are a holiday and something that they need to do with joy and a clear mind, and they need to understand that everyone must be respectful. And if everyone understands that, everything goes smoothly and goes well. I can say that from our side, that this is a thing, maybe because we care a lot about it, and in our communication, in our words that we use on our social media, on our newsletters, everywhere, we make understand this to people. It's been 13 years of history, and I believe that if after 13 years we are still there, we did something good, and we are doing something good for the community, because those 3 days are something really magical for everyone who's there, not only athletes, spectators, vendors, partners. Just to make you understand, my parents starting doing CrossFit after 3 years that I was competing all around the Europe. I was very little. I was 14 years old when I started doing CrossFit.
Wow.
And I immediately started doing the competitive part together with Giorgio. I had this luck, the biggest luck of my life, to meet him in CrossFit and starting doing CrossFit with him. And my parents, after following me all around the Europe, doing events, competing, after 3 years, they started doing CrossFit too. And this was the best decision ever for them, for their health, for their mind, for everything. And this is how it works. This is what we do. We make people fall in love in this. And not everyone has to compete, of course. The competitive part is an important part, but it's for few. And our goal of Full Series is to make understand people that Full Series is for everyone who wants to play, who wants to challenge themselves, to compete, because we have a lot of levels of fitness. We want that the event would be something for everyone. I don't know if you had the chance to see our Instagram page and what OPDET is. OPDET stands for ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And this is a new category that we created last year. It's just few posts down. Yes, this one of the OPDET Full Series is for everyone. It's in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
Yes. This is a thing that we created last year to involve and to encourage the usual box frequentators. I don't know how to say it. The usual people that do classes. Okay, so the people that I train at our box, people that come from a day of work and do classes to feel better, to stay in shape, and who, of course, are not in the position to compete in the highest level because they don't want to and because they can't. So OPDET is like an open category for everyone. So there are no skills, no video for the qualifiers is required. Everything is online, qualifiers. Then we do another, after the qualifiers, we do a final workout for the first 10 men and first 10 women. And you can see, you can compare yourself to everyone in Italy, and not only in Italy. And it's a cool thing. We created this last year because we were the first to create the experience category. Experience category for us is the beginner one. And we created the experience in 2018 when we saw that the level increased in a really high, it has increased fast and in an important way. So there was the need to create a level for box people, for classes people. And this was the experience category. And from 2018 until now, the experience category has grown, of course, and the old experience is not so experienced anymore. And so this was the idea of OPDET, to make everyone play the beautiful game of CrossFit. And last year it was an experiment, and we had 40 or 50 people registered to the OPDET category, and it was great because everyone in our CrossFit box are people like this, are OPDETs. And there are few people who train following our program to compete, but the major part of our clients are OPDET people, and we did this for them. But the result was that in the category participated also a lot of people all around Italy, and it was really cool to see, because it's community, it's part of the community, and it's a cool thing.
You know, this is the kind of stuff I love, and this is where I would love to have you on the show because of that stuff. There are so many avenues where I want to go, but you know what you said at the beginning of our talk, that competition keeps the sport alive.
Yes.
That is so true. Yeah. And it's extremely interesting for me this year and the last year, because I originally found CrossFit back in 2012, I think, or 2009, somewhere around this time, a long time ago.
A long time ago, yeah.
And it was like that for me, what you explained. I'm a photographer, and I went into the box to take pictures of the box for a local newspaper. You know, I had no idea what CrossFit is. I went in there and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And I checked it out. I saw the games at YouTube and I was hooked. Yeah. So the competition dragged me into CrossFit.
It's like this.
And it's like that for a lot of people. It's like that for a lot of people. Yes. And last year, this changed for me, you know, with the death of Lazar and the whole aftermath of this and how CrossFit dealt with it. And I was so, fuck this, I'm not into this anymore. But then after some time, I realized, I still worked out, but I didn't watch the competition from that day on, you know?
Yes.
I was just done. But then after some time, I realized this thing is so much more than the competition. You know, it's like what you told with your parents, and health, longevity, like staying fit from 14 years old or 70 years old, you know, it's so much more. And I was like, it's so much bigger. And if a competition drags you into this is it. You know?
Yes. I completely agree with you. It works like this. What happened, of course, was a big shock and a big disappointment, maybe for most of people. But there are so many factors involved in that situation that I believe we are not in the position to judge and to make right considerations, because everyone has their own opinion. Everyone, we are so much in this thing. We are so much in social media. We are so much influenced by everything that we see and we hear through this screen. We are so much influenced by it.
Yeah.
This is my personal opinion. Of course, it was hard to deal, hard to believe, hard to accept. Many of us didn't accept it still, and everyone lives this in his way. But I believe that the important thing is not to mix everything together, because this is one thing. We are another thing. I don't know if I can explain myself, but why we do it. The first question for everyone: why do you do it? Why are you still there? You can have your. It's like politics. It's really hard and not so easy to speak about, because everyone thinks it differently, and it's okay. Of course, it was not fair. It was wrong. Everything could be managed in another way, and we can stay here all day long to speak about bad, good, what they did not do. But we cannot say the right thing, because we were not there, and many other things. So everyone has his opinion, but there are a lot of but.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I'm like that. And after some time, I was like, so no, I cannot quit this. I need to dive even further into it, because the other factors like outside of competition are so much bigger for me now. And it's such an important part of my life. And I think even the fact that if we talk about that instant, like the fact that his brother is still competing and still loving this sport, says everything in my eyes.
Exactly. That's what I meant. This is a really important message for everyone. People need to see it, because it's also true that we see what we want to see, we hear what we want to hear, and but these are facts, and these are things that make you open your eyes and start thinking differently. This is very true.
Hey, has the last couple of years been the hardest from the competition view? Like first we had COVID, then we had the debt. So the last years were crazy.
Like I said before, every year has its difficulties. Every year is a question mark, because the first uncertainty is are the subscribers, are the registered athletes for the qualifiers. Now we opened a week ago our registrations for the qualifiers, and every year it's a question mark, because we don't know if we can, if we reach the numbers that we need to reach, if we do more, if we do less. Of course, there is a big work before that side. And like I said before, I think that if we are still there, people loves what we do. We have haters. Everyone has haters, but let's leave them there. It's a part of the game too.
It's only a sign of success in my eyes if you have haters.
Maybe yes, but I'm a bit tired of them. But it's okay. The first uncertainty are the subscribers. So it's the first difficult part every year. But after the COVID, the paradox is here. Unfortunately, we canceled the COVID edition because we were in December always. And during that period of time when already the vaccines, everything kept moving, started moving, and it seemed like we could do the live edition in December. But in Italy, we had a green zone, a red zone, orange zone, yellow zone. So depending on the geographical position of your geographical position, you could do something or you could not do something. And we did registrations, we did qualifiers, we checked all the videos, we sent the invites for the live event to the live event athletes. And until the end, we tried to figure out, because it seemed that we cannot do, let's make some scenarios. We did some scenarios, green, red, orange, so it was crazy. And in the end of that year, we needed to cancel the registration, the live edition. And we, of course, gave the money back to all the people. The good thing and the good part of the community, which shows how much important is the community, is that even if we needed to cancel the live edition, many people who already registered and did the qualifiers said that they don't want money back. So they left. They understood the position of people like us. And it was a really good sign, and it was really helpful for us to start doing and working for the next edition, hoping that all the COVID stuff ended. And the edition after the cancelled one was crazy because we did the record of the registered athletes for the qualifiers. We did the highest number ever of registered people to the qualifiers, and did successfully the 3 days of live competition. Even we had masks. Everyone needs to be vaccinated. Everyone needed to have the green pass to enter inside the arena. Everything was super controlled, from the hygienic part to everything was super controlled, but that we did that edition in a really good way. And I think that because people were so happy and they needed so much to join, to do something together after a year that they did closed at home. And I think that the success of that edition was for this side of our situation for everyone. And after that, we continued. We kept going with what we did, and the numbers of the registered athlete for the qualifiers more or less remained the same. We always reach over than 1,000 athletes, 1,500, more closer to 2,000 people registered for the qualifiers, because in the live stage. Yeah, because in the live stage, we have, this year we will have 800 athletes competing during the 3 days of competition, 3 days for everyone. Last year, the athletes were 760. The COVID edition, the athletes were 700, so the number was already high. And this is the reason why we need to make very well the first part of the registrations for the qualifiers, because if we don't reach 1,000 athletes, where do I bring the 800 who compete? It's very simple.
Yeah. Interesting. When I think back of this COVID year, it also shows like what you said that the people didn't want their money back and stuff. That's
Yes,
what we experience in the at the box level too. Like people are still paying their
yes,
monthly fees
yes.
without being
It
able
was like
to
this.
like you see the community of this
Yes, it-
like every
yes.
other like
This is the
gym like the global gyms and stuff. People were dropping out of this, but we kept
yes.
together.
Yes,
Yeah, it's really cool.
this was the magic of CrossFit, of the community, and for what we work so much for this commitment from everyone, because we this is a group sport.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
we work in group, we do everything in group. Then in competition, you can do individually, you can do in team,
yeah,
but this is another separate thing. But inside the boxes, we create a family. It's a dangerous word, family, but it's a very dangerous word. But it's like this.
yeah.
After so many years, we keep creating families, we keep people united, and we make them fall in love in what we do. This is how it works for us.
Do you think I don't know if you can answer that because you are Italian. Do you think in Italy that's also like maybe like 1 or 2% more extreme than in the rest of Europe?
Of the family thing, you
Yeah,
you
this
you
bonding
mean?
thing. Because whenever I like experienced or met Italian guys in my
Mm.
life or girls, it's always so, I walked 3 Camino de Santiago's, and
Oh,
at one Camino I met this group of 14 Italians, and I walked all the way with them, and it was one of the best experiences in my life. Like
yeah,
cooking every day, everybody's just happy, you know. It's
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
much more than in
Maybe.
Germany, people are always like so, oh,
I am half Russian and half Ukrainian, and we are very similar to Germans.
yeah,
We are really cold, but I was raised here in Italy since I was 7 years old. So my roots are Slavic,
yeah.
but I'm very Italian.
So
Italy is
you can
my
actually
is
like you can actually talk about that from
Yeah,
the
sure.
perspective.
Yes, sure. I can even compare because I live in these two different realities, the Slavic ones and the Italian ones. For some aspects, of course, Italians are more not friendly because we Slavics are friendly too, but we expose it and we share it in a different way. I think
Mm.
that it's just a different way to share their welcoming part and their joy. I think it's just different ways of sharing emotions. And just something to make the other person comfortable. I don't know
Mm.
how explain it good. I think that everyone has it inside. You Germans are friendly too, but in your way, of course. I think it's like this.
Yeah. Why did you guys move to Italy?
My parents moved to Italy in the last years of the 90s. After ending their university journey, and it was the best one, and went to Italy, and I joined them after 7 years.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh
I
wow.
did every school part here in Italy. I did from 0 to 7 in my country, and then I moved here to join my parents.
Wow. Was it hard to learn the language?
In the beginning, yes. kids are like spoons. We learn, kids remember that I came here in that school 3 days later. I spoke Italian not very well, but I understood. I already understood, and I learned it. It was for me as a kid. It was pretty easy to learn. But I see it in CrossFit too. I train kids. We have a group of 10 kids, and kids are something incredible. From mobility part, which is crazy, but everything that you want to teach them, they understand immediately what they need to do, and it's very cool to work with kids and young people.
From what age on are you teaching kids?
We started last year, and these kids were 6 years old. Now
cool.
it's almost 2 years that they train, and we have kids from now they are 8 years old, from 8 to 11. From 8 to 11, because the oldest ones are 14, 15, and they train with the big ones, let's say, doing normal classes.
I love that. I'm a father. My son is 2.5, and I can't wait to put him like. And now he's only doing like child gymnastic stuff and child, but I can't wait to put him like in 1,000 sports to try everything and see what he's loved to do.
yes, it's really important to introduce kids since the very beginning to every kind of sport, because they grow differently. I believe in this.
Exactly.
Kids and people who do many things grow differently and have a different approach and mindset for everything in their lives. So that's why I'm happy to have kids and in my life to help them to become good ones. I don't know.
Yeah, it's much needed in these days. Do you remember how you found CrossFit?
Yes, sure. I was 14 years old, and I had this luck in my life from my parents, because my Slavic parents, who made me do a lot of things. And this was a really big luck, because everything that they put me to do, I needed to do it 100%. Or it's like this, or don't do it. Do it good, or don't do it at all. It was the mindset of my family, and it's still like this. And I'm happy and glad for that. Even if when I was a kid, I was mad at them because I did a lot of things and I was tired and I cried sometimes. But now, of course, I understand that it was a really good thing. And so I always did competitive sports. I did swimming for many years. I did water polo together with swimming, but I hated it so much. I did also ski. I played basketball, and one day I decided I take all my courage and say that I don't want to swim anymore. It's something that I don't enjoy. And I quit. I quitted swimming, but I kept working out. I worked out. I bought these magazines of sports. There was this magazine in Italy. It's called Sciare, which means skiing. Because I am today too. Very passionate about skiing and winter sports, and I always bought this magazine Sciare. And one day I was reading this magazine and saw inside this 2 pages of what is CrossFit. There were
in a skiing magazine.
In skiing magazine, because CrossFit was already used by other sports as athletic preparation, and during inside this magazine, there was these 2 pages of what is CrossFit and a small workout like 10 squats, 20 push-ups, something like that. I have the frames of it because I cut with the yeah yeah. And I remember that on that page there were Sam Briggs and Jason Khalipa. These was the 2 people on that on that magazine. I did the workout. Then I took my laptop and I wrote CrossFit in Varese, which was my city where I lived. And I saw that there were 2 boxes. I said to
Wow,
my
two.
mom, yeah, there were already 2 boxes, and I looked for the nearest one. Of course, I said, "Mom, please bring me to do a trial to
Wow,
do
with
this
14
thing."
years old, that's a crazy
Yeah,
story.
yeah. And I went. I did my free class. And I said to my mom, yes, I want to do this thing. And the next day she came back to the box and did an annual membership for me. And this is like I started doing
That's
this
it.
thing together with
Wow.
Giorgio, because I met there Giorgio, who was training with his team to go to the regionals. Back to the years, there were still regionals, which are now um, the semifinals,
Yeah.
something like that.
Every year it's different.
Every year it's different, yes. And in that period of time where when I started doing CrossFit, Giorgio was preparing with his team to go in Copenhagen doing regionals with the CrossFit Cantu and all the other people. So it was this was my beginning.
Wow, that's crazy story.
Yeah.
I love that. And now you giving back to the young people. That's amazing.
Yes. This is the most beautiful part, I believe. Apart from full series, of what we do with full series of in our box, because inside our box we are me and Giorgio. We are together doing this thing. We don't have anyone else, and. The most beautiful part for me, like a coach, is to see kids at this very young age doing this amazing sport, which helps them so much.
Yeah.
I see it. We unfortunately I see them once a week because they do other sports, so it's very good, and they changed a lot since the beginning. The attitude, of course, the body, because in kids body changes too, and they are more in shape. And this is
Confidence.
the confidence, of course. Yes. The thing that they work in group, that they are a team.
Yeah.
It's a really good part, and I am sure that this affects very positively in their ordinary life in school. And this is the most beautiful part of what we do for me.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it's so important these days. I read this study from the World Health Organization,
Mhm.
I think, WHO, and they have this crazy study about like kids from the year 11 to 17.
Mhm.
I think worldwide, I don't know how they measure this, but they say that these kids are not moving enough. Like
Yeah,
81% of the kids between 11 and 17 worldwide are not moving enough. And I
yeah,
was
that's
like,
true.
okay, what does that mean? And I read the study, and the crazy part about this is what the organization, what they say is like moving enough, you know? And it's like, it blew my mind. It's like 15
Yeah,
minutes of moving every day. 15 minutes. And moving is not like working out, or you could just
yeah,
drive a bike or something. Like 15 minutes. And I was like, what? 81% of the kids between 11 and 17 all around the world cannot move 15 minutes a day. That's crazy for me.
Yeah, that's crazy, and I believe that this is a generational problem.
Yeah.
Our generation was built and grew up different. I don't personally. I don't remember to during my childhood to stay at home watching
Yeah.
TV.
We were outside.
I was always outside. My mom, my grandma, because I grew up with my grandparents. My grandma needed to bring
Yeah,
me
me too.
to theirs to make me eat something because I was always outside, running, playing, doing things, and. This is for me. This part was like this for my entire life because I was always like this, and I am still like this. So but now the new generation, of course, has a lot of devices, has a lot of other things to think about it. They experienced COVID at a really young age,
Mm.
and this is always a factor that we for sure need to consider, which was not so easy for them. And but knowing that with our sport and with our community, we are doing something for them is really cool, and it's really important, and we need more boxes of CrossFit doing this. It's very important, and of course there is the need to educate people, educate younger ones who needs to understand that CrossFit is for everyone. So everyone can do everything. And of course, everyone has its own style to work, but people need to be educated and needs to understand that this thing could be done by a 6 years old boy and by a 70 years old old man, and it's the coolest part of CrossFit, of course.
Yeah. And also, like, what I said when I was like, after the death of Lazar, it's so much bigger, you know? And me, like, being a father, seeing my 2.5-year-old, it's also like, yeah, showing
Yeah.
them moving. It's the most important thing. You have to move, be a role model, like, show him hard work. It does pay off.
Giorgio has
I love
a,
that.
Giorgio has a small one of 3 years old, 3 years old girl. Uh, she's a beast. she's she's so active. She's always in movement, and I see this with her because she has always been surrounded by people doing things in every aspect of our usual ordinary life, starting from her mom, who has a shop with the journals and everything for school in the city where we live. Then with dad, who has a box, who runs an event. So she has always seen many people in different occasions, in different sides of life. And I think that this stimulated her so much because if you say her do 3 burpees, she does 3 burpees. She knows what burpee is. She
What is a
knows
burpee? Yeah.
what an air squat is. She knows what a jump is because she does it while we do it. Because when we train together, she is always by our side, and she sees and tries to do it. And she says, "I'm working out now, so leave me alone." And it's crazy because she's 3 years old, and
Yeah.
when she's at the box, she remembers remembers every name of the guys during the classes. It's crazy. She sees
Cool.
that I give 5 to everyone once they come into the box, and the first thing she do when everyone comes at the door, she comes to this to this guy to give him 5, because that's why we do. And
That's cool.
it's a beautiful thing. It's it's very important for 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 young people. I believe in this.
Me too. And it's like nobody forced her to do this. She just does it naturally because everyone around
Yes,
her
this is the
is
crazy part.
showing this is the normal thing. That's how we do things.
Yes, yes, exactly. This is the beautiful part of
Yeah.
what we do.
And it's no wonder if you're like uh, a regular like a regular guy in the system in the society, and you don't see people like working out. You just see people with their phone in their face and like doing their thing. Yeah, that's the reality for you.
Mm,
But if you and that's why it's
yeah.
important to show this thing to the world, and there are different avenues to do that, and one is competition, and I found it really interesting.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, this is the
Yes.
longest running competition in Europe, so let's talk about that. Is the
Yeah.
registration still open? It is, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes. Yes. We opened last week, and we have until the end of this month, until the end of June, a flash sale going on. So there are yes, exactly. So
Here
the
it is.
fastest 400 individuals and 120 teams pay a discounted price for the registrations, but then the registrations keep going until September, because qualifiers are in September, mid of September. So there is a lot still a lot of time to register and to join us in this 13th adventure. The biggest goal is to make people feel good and make people enjoy what we do and live their best experience in CrossFit for everyone, athletes, non-athletes. Of course, now the important part are the athletes. Who everyone who wants to challenge themselves with the best European athletes are welcome. We have a lot of categories. We have 10 individual categories, 17 categories, teams of 3, 2 men, 1 woman, 3 men. It's a pretty cool thing, and there is a space and there is room for everyone. It's Full Series is made by the people for the people. This is the main substance of what we do, because we started doing it many years ago, moved by the passion, and of course the passion is still there. Otherwise, we won't be there again. And Full Series is made by the people for the people. It's a very true sentence to describe what we do.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for being on.
Thank you very much for having me and for this nice chat. It was really a pleasure for me.
I love that. I love your story, and I love the story of the throwdown.
Thank
So
you very
cool.
much. Thank you very much.
It blows my mind. Still blows my mind that that
We
CrossFit
said a
was
lot
shown
of things.
in a ski
we,
magazine in Italy.
yeah. We spoke about a lot of things, so it's
Yeah.
it's cool. But we can keep going on if you want.
Yeah, I need to go. That's the
Yeah, yeah. I'm joking. Just just to say that we can speak about a lot of things. There are so many things to say between two people who started doing this more than a decade ago. So it's just
crazy.
for this that we are talking so much. Yeah.
That's crazy. But you've been way younger than me when I first found this thing. I was already in my 20s back then. Crazy. 14 years ago, like with 14 years old, like
yeah.
I want to do that. That's a pretty cool story. I love that.
It was a big luck. I call it a luck because meeting this sport at so young age helped me a lot going through many things. Then everything evolved. First as an athlete, then as a manager, then an event runner. So I was involved since the very beginning in everything, and it helped me a lot in many things in my life. So it was.
Hey, what do you think? Yeah, a big luck. What do you think personally? Is this will this sport, have we seen the top yet, or will it still grow?
I think that it will still grow. It will still grow, maybe in different aspects and in different sides, not only as a level of fitness, because the level of fitness, I think that it can improve every year, because every year it's improving, and every year we need to make equal divisions starting from experience. So, for example, for only the male ones, we have experience, intermediate, then we have RX, and then we have elite. So we have 4 different levels of fitness for male, excluding the OPDET, which are the box frequentators. For women, we don't have the RX one, because ladies are much more less than men in Italy, and the level of fitness is different.
From the participation, you mean?
Sorry?
Like from the number of athletes?
Yes. Okay. Starting from the number of athletes, but we always gave a lot of space to women in every category. But in the last 5 years, the number has decreased a lot for women's side, not only for full series, for everyone in Europe, for the guys that I know, for many reasons. For many reasons, starting from hyrox, because hyrox didn't help in this for women, because for men it's different. It's my of course it's my personal opinion, but I think that for girls who approach to CrossFit not at a really young age, or not in a true competitive mood, so let's say with the girls who never did nothing competitive in their life, and CrossFit is the first competitive thing, so they felt and they started to be athletes. Hyrox is much more easier. Qualifying to full series from our side every year is more difficult, because level increases, there are new people, there are new talents, and qualifying to a competition like full series for girls and for boys too is very difficult. So you need to work hard to be there. For hyrox, no, because you need to register, and then you can write.
You can
write athlete in your bio by doing hyrox too. So because for many people, this is the main goal. So it's difficult, and I think that the level of fitness will keep increasing. I don't know how much, but I think that it will be going up for at least few years.
And what do you think about the sport in general? Like the popularity of it?
I think that CrossFit is something that could never die. CrossFit is something that faced many adversities that that went through so many things during this past. At least things happened, and coming into CrossFit boxes, keep competing, and I think that it's very hard to kill, and maybe it could change. It could change the name. We don't know it because maybe tomorrow someone wakes up and decides that CrossFit is called in another way, and we keep doing what we do but calling it
Yeah.
differently. I don't know. But I think that it's something that is really very hard to this, and there is so many aspects, so many people, so many values that surrounds this thing. So we'll see. Maybe tomorrow we don't exist anymore.
No, I think your answer is exactly how I feel. Even if the company CrossFit dies, this thing will move on and still exist in another form, in
I
another
think
name.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my
Nastia,
thought too.
thank you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you
Love
very
it.
much, Tim. It was
I
a
hope
real
like
pleasure.
everybody
Thank you.
registers for the throwdown. I will
Yeah.
promote this thing
Thank you.
and tell
Thank you.
everybody. Is there
Follow us on EG.
have there ever been German athletes coming to the 4 series?
Yes. We have all Europe that comes to attend the event for every category: elite, intermediate, masters. A lot of masters will come every year to the event from Germany too. Yeah, and maybe this year we will see some young people. I talk you about the last thing that then I let you go because since I'm very linked to the young ones, and I love seeing young people competing because this was what I did too. And the under 23, under 21 teens category is very important for us, and in the past years it was not so popular, let's say, because there is this lack of teenagers doing CrossFit from girls and boys side too. So we created this collaboration together with John Singleton from the program with this project called The Crown. Which will bring 30 under 23 years old men and 30 under 23 years old women directly to the live stage. They won't do the qualifiers. They register and go directly to the live stage. And the main goal of this project is not finding the best, the fittest under 23 man or woman, but it's to make them live this experience together. The importance of the group of training together, because young people are a minority in every box, in every region, in every country,
Yeah.
in every side, and they often work out alone. I was one of them too. I always trained with or alone or with much more bigger for me people. It was cool too, because for me it was normal. I grew up with the older ones since I was little, so for me it was okay. But for not for everyone it's okay, and they need to compare themselves, and they need to work out together, and the goal of this project would be this one, to make them live 3 days of competition that will turn, of course, in 5 days, because they will come 1 day earlier to do the registration, to meet. Then everything will be arranged by, this will be a new thing that no one in Italy has ever done. And I am happy for that, and hope that it would be a great project, and that these young people will be happy to be there.
I think so. Sounds great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what better
Of
guy
course,
than
we
Singleton
invite
to
people.
arrange that?
Yeah. Jonah is something. It's one of the fundamentals of European CrossFit. He
Yeah.
did a lot, and he keeps doing a lot. He trains Lucas, the brother of Lazar.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see Lucas in Milan in December. Who knows? And it would be great.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for being on. I'm gonna
Thank you
stop
very
the
much, Tim. It was a
yeah.
pleasure for me. Thank you.